call anybody. There was food in the house though, and stuffed muffins, TM, in the freezer. 39. If you just stopped her wearing that stupid tanning cream a year ago, we wouldn't be in this mess. But it was unfair, and I apologized afterwards. 40. When Pryderi came back with the dark chocolate bars. He said he'd gone up to a traffic warden and told him that his sister had turned into a giant orange glow and was controlling our minds. He said the man was extremely rude to him. 41. I don't have a boyfriend. I did, but we broke up after he went to a Rolling Stones concert with the evil bottle blonde former friend whose name I do not mention. Also, I mean, the Rolling Stones, these little old goat men hopping around the stage pretending to be all rock and roll, please, so no. 42. I'd quite like to be a vet, but then I think about having to put animals down and I don't know. I want to travel for a bit before I make any decisions. 43. The garden hose. We turned it on full while she was eating her chocolate bars and distracted, and we sprayed it at her. 44. Just orange steam, really. Mum said that she had solvents and things in the laboratory if we could get in there, but by now her imminence was hissing mad, literally, and she sort of fixed us to the floor. I can't explain it. I mean, I wasn't stuck, but I couldn't leave or move my legs. I was just where she left me. 45. About half a metre above the carpet. She'd sink down a bit to go through doors, so she didn't bump her head. And after the hose incident, she didn't go back to her room, just stayed in the main room and floated about grumpily, the colour of a luminous carrot. 46. Complete world domination. 47. I wrote it down on a piece of paper and gave it to Pryderi. 48. He had to carry it back. I don't think Her Eminence really understood money. 49. I don't know, it was Mum's idea more than mine. I think she hoped that the solvent might remove the orange. And at that point it couldn't hurt. Nothing could have made things worse. 50. It didn't even upset her, like the hose water did. I'm pretty sure she liked it. I think I saw her dipping her chocolate bars into it before she ate them. Although I had to sort of squint up my eyes to see anything where she was. It was all a sort of great orange glow. 51. That we were all going to die. Mum told Pryderi that if the great Oompa Loompa let him out to buy chocolate again, he just shouldn't bother coming back. And I was getting really upset about the animals. I hadn't fed the chinchilla or Roland the guinea pig for 2 days because I couldn't go into the back garden. I couldn't go anywhere except the loo, and then I had to ask. 52. I suppose because they thought the house was on fire. Or the orange light. I mean, it was a natural mistake. 53. We were glad she hadn't done that to us. Mum said it proved that Neris was still in there somewhere. Because if she had the power to turn us into goo, like she did the firefighters, she would have done. I said that maybe she just wasn't powerful enough to turn us into goo at the beginning, and now she couldn't be bothered. 54. You couldn't even see a person in there anymore. It was a bright orange pulsing light, and sometimes it talked straight into your head. 55. When the spaceship landed. 56. I don't know. I mean, it was bigger than the whole block, but it didn't crush anything. It sort of materialized around us so that our whole house was inside it, and the whole street was inside it too. 57. No, but what else could it have been? 58. A sort of pale blue. They didn't pulse either. They twinkled. 59. More than 6, less than 20. It's not that easy to tell if this is the same intelligent blue light you were just speaking to 5 minutes ago. 60. 3 things. First of all, a promise that Neris wouldn't be hurt or harmed. Second, that if they were ever able to return her to the way she was, they'd let us know and bring her back. Thirdly, a recipe for fluorescent bubble mixture. I can only assume they were reading Mum's mind because she didn't say anything. It's possible that Her Eminence told them, though. She definitely had access to some of the vehicle's memories. Also, they gave Pryderi a thing like a glass skateboard. 61. A sort of liquid sound. Then everything became transparent. I was crying, and so was Mum. And Pryderi said, "Cool beans." And I started to giggle while crying, and then it was just our house again. 62. We went out into the back garden and looked up. There was something blinking blue and orange, very high, getting smaller and smaller, and we watched it until it was out of sight. 63. Because I didn't want to. 64. I fed the remaining animals. Roland was in a state. The cats just seemed happy that someone was feeding them again. I don't know how the chinchilla got out. 65. Sometimes. I mean, you have to bear in mind that she was the single most irritating person on the planet, even before the whole Her Eminence thing. But yes, I guess so, if I'm honest. 66. Sitting outside at night, staring up at the sky, wondering what she's doing now. 67. He wants his glass skateboard back. He says that it's his, and the government has no right to keep it. You are the government, aren't you? Mum seems happy to share the patent for the coloured bubble recipe with the government, though. The man said that it might be the basis of a whole new branch of molecular something or other. Nobody gave me anything, so I don't have to worry. 68. Once, in the back garden, looking up at the night sky. I think it was only an orangey-ish star, though. It could have been Mars. I know they call it the red planet. Although once in a while, I think that maybe she's back to herself again and dancing up there, wherever she is. And all the aliens love her pole dancing because they just don't know any better. And they think it's a whole new art form. And they don't even mind that she's sort of square. 69. I don't know. Sitting in the back garden, talking to the cats, maybe. Or blowing silly coloured bubbles. 70. Until the day that I die. I attest that this is a true statement of events.